Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, since we are coming into our final days before Halloween, of course, I'm going to be using the Jack-o'-lantern tarot and the cute ghost tarot. Now, we've all seen, well, bits and pieces, maybe not all of us have seen, Megan's Instagram. I personally don't go and click there. I see bits and pieces of it from other creators, from X, and it looked really creepy to me. So I thought that's perfect, Halloween creepy. Now, if you haven't seen it, it is Meghan and Harry and a little boy that they call Archie, a little girl they call Lily, Dorita, and Marcus Anderson. And they're at this big pumpkin patch and they're, they're posing. There's one pose, Meghan and Harry holding hands, and my God, you could feel the frostiness there. There's absolutely no love there. The kids have no other children to play with. Like they obviously rented the pumpkin patch for a photo shoot. Then they're doing pumpkin carving at a table. The only engagement that you could see is Marcus Anderson and Archie, surprisingly. Harry's checked out, or he was stoned or something. I don't know. It certainly did not look like fun to me. Very, very interesting. Lily was the only one not wearing a coat. She was wearing her pajamas, and it looks like she's still wearing a diaper. Now, she's 4 years old. I just have concerns about these children, so I'm gonna use, because they were at a pumpkin patch, and then here's the two children. Let's find out what the adults were doing, and then we'll clarify it with how the children felt about it. I mean, obviously the photographer was there. It was obviously a photo shoot. I'm sorry, that's just not how a normal family behaves at a pumpkin patch. At one point, Archie's wearing shoes, and another point, he's barefoot. And I just want to know, I'm of the belief that Megan puts these pictures out for controversy, for clicks. Please stop reposting them. Like, please. I know a lot of you, you try and get engagement and because you're just feeding her. You're feeding the dragon when you are reposting her stuff. She loves it. That's free that's free advertisement for her. You're actually helping her. Okay, so how did the adults feel about this photo shoot? And what was up with Marcus? Well, that's too many. Okay. Cards are ready. Justice in reverse. This isn't fair. This is fake. This is fake. This isn't real. This isn't truth. This isn't true. This isn't balanced. Justice in reverse. Also, justice in reverse is they're not married, or they're divorcing, or they're separating. Something legal is being undone. Nine of Swords. It was nasty. You know what? You look at those pictures and you can pick up on the energy. Like it was a gloomy day. It wasn't a very big pumpkin patch at all. The anxiety, sleepless nights. Nobody was relaxed, really. It didn't look like anybody was engaging with each other at all. Like you never saw Archie and Lily together. Like, do those children have any friends? Do they ever play with any other friends? And I'm going to tell you something. If they did, you would know about it, because Megan loves to put shit on Instagram. And if there was a play date with other children, She might not show those other children's faces, but you better believe she would show that her children have friends, or like she says, you know, she does school runs and stuff. There's no school those children go to. To me, that's psychological abuse. What we are witnessing with those children, if they're even with Megan. Queen of Wands. Yeah, this was all orchestrated by Megan, of course. Thank you, cards. Thank you. The Sun. Yeah, this was to present what a happy family they are, what a happy extended family they are. They got all kinds of family. They got Marcus and Dorito, right? They got all kinds of family. Six of Wands in reverse. It fell flat. It fell flat. It really fell flat. Three of Swords in reverse on top of the Nine of Swords in reverse. There was some anxiety about one of the adults spilling the beans about what it really was, or that the photo shoot wouldn't work, or the publicist possibly saying this was garbage or whatever. There was anxiety about a betrayal. Three of Pentacles in reverse on the top of the Queen of Wands. This wasn't well thought out. It wasn't well planned out. Nobody really knew what her plans were. It was all done in secret. Oh, the Lovers in reverse. Was this a message to show these two are not really together? Because that picture is really kind of weird. Like, even the way they're holding hands is kind of really awkward. They're standing very far apart. They couldn't be more further apart, otherwise their arms would start lifting, kind of thing. Seven of Swords. They may not have realized what she was going to use it for. The Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, Harry's been let go. He's been dismissed. Marcus is her new husband. Page of Cups. People were surprised to see that. And look at, he's on a pumpkin patch. People were surprised. But yeah, and interesting, this little guy here, Archie had shoes on sometimes and bare feet. Like, they're all bundled up. She's got some kind of boots on, and she's allowing her kids to run bare feet on cement if it's that cold. Like, what kind of mother is she? That poor girl's hair wasn't combed, but I think she does that now on purpose. I think she makes them wear their pajamas and not comb their hair because she gets more engagement that way. If they were dressed properly and their hair was combed nicely and they were wearing temperature appropriate clothing, we wouldn't have anything. We wouldn't have anything to say. We wouldn't get the re-clicks. Please stop reposting her stuff. She does stupid shit like that. She abuses those children so that you will. Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this was more about her and Harry, if anything. This was more about she wanted to show how she's a single mom now, and Harry's, really disengaged. The Magician, spin doctor, spin, spin, spin. Three of Wands, yeah, she does all this and then patiently waits for everybody to react to it. King of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Swords in reverse. There's the divorce lawyer. Harry's already got a divorce lawyer. Harry's already checked out. Let's see how the children feel about. How did the children feel about? Now, I know a lot of you are already typing, there are no children. Those are actors. They were still there. They were still there. So let's ask, how were those children? How did the children feel? So the adults were like, what the hell is this? I believe I'm looking at these cards and Harry was forced to be there. Megan planned all of this. Of course, Dorito, she doesn't care about those grandchildren. Marcus would never do anything like that. Harry certainly wouldn't. So Megan planned all this. She did poor planning with it. I mean, when you book a whole pumpkin patch, you think of all the money that they're losing those hours. So you have to pay to replace that income. Harry's already got a divorce lawyer. We've read about that already, that Harry's going to stay in California half time because he wants to be close to the children. What do the children think about that whole pumpkin patch thing? Like, things like that to me are funner with other children and playing and running and playing and drawing and doing crafts with other children, not Dorito and Marcus. Oh boy, there's a lot of fun. One's stoned out of her mind. The other one's, who knows what's going through his mind. He's so bloody creepy. I wouldn't let that man carry my garbage out. Never mind be around my small children. I just get bad vibes from that guy. You know, especially because there's no back information on him. How can not anybody know his birthday and when he was born, and why is that scrubbed so hard? Right? When you sign up for Facebook, there's your birthday. You know, before we even knew anything about privacy or anything, and everybody knew when everybody's birthday was, and I don't know. Let's find out. Knight of Sticks. Well, this was somebody was in charge of it. Also, it went really quickly. And they might have thought it was fun. They might have had fun with their mother. That would be their mother. Page of Swords in reverse. They're not happy about the all the pictures and, you know, all that. No, they know it's all going for Mummy's work. For Mummy's work. And they weren't happy about that. Knight of Blades. Ooh. They might have been threatened with something, guys. By words. No, there's no physical with the Knight of Blades. The Knight of Swords, you know, you better be good. You better, you know, help Mommy with her work, and Mommy's working so hard for you. A lot of guilt. One-way conversation. The sun, isn't that interesting? The kids have the sun in reverse and the adults have the sun upright. The adults know there's a spotlight on them. The kids are like, can we do this without cameras? Can we do this, you know, by ourselves? I'm saying these children didn't have fun. No, they didn't have fun at all. They're actually, here they are. This is actually them being bossed around. Page of Blades and Knight of Blades in reverse. This is attacking with words. Well, what's a bully? You attack with words. So Megan was her true bully self there. Well, at least that's what my sources are telling me. 5 of 6. Oh, the kids did not like it at all. There's the 5 of them. If you count Marcus in their marriage, there was total 6 with Dorito, but she was probably just good, nicely stoned, according to my sources. But yeah, there's the 5. They didn't like it. It was too much action. They might have felt rushed. They might have felt like, you know, they didn't like it. It was too much. They just, can we go home, Mom? Like, the Fool. Page of Cups in reverse. Look at the pages in reverse. The kids didn't like it at all. Did not. I think they were fooled into thinking it was something else. Like, oh, let's go for ice cream. Oh, surprise, it's broccoli, right? Something like that. Like, they were told it would be something new and exciting. Perhaps they'd never been to a pumpkin patch before, and they got really excited. And then when they saw it was a photo shoot for Mummy's work, they were really upset. It was surprising bad news. Surprising bad news. King of Sticks, King of Wands. That could be Marcus. That could be Marcus. They don't mind Marcus at all. Wow, 3 of Blades, and the adults got that as well. They were told you can't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody. They were really heartbroken about it. They were like, "Aw, this isn't what you said we were doing. Oh, do we have to do this again? Look at all the blades and disappointment over here connected to Megan. They hate doing this stuff. They hate it. They hate it a lot. They hate always having the photographer there. And they hate doing, be good for mummy's work. They hate it. 2 of Cups. You know what? This is so interesting because Marcus, actually, the only picture that showed any kind of connection was with Marcus and Archie. The Lovers. Oh, they loved, you know what this is? They love seeing mom and dad together. And they were in their mind with the 3 of Blades in reverse, the 2 of Cups, and the Lovers. That was the best part of the day, is seeing mommy and daddy together. And then gave them kind of hope. Mommy and daddy and yet on the other page, it's a totally different story. So if anything, they did well at making the kids feel comfortable that mommy and daddy were together. And it really gave them a lot of hope that mom and dad, okay, we'll do this as long as we get to see mom and dad together. Justice in reverse. We started with Justice in reverse. They know the divorce is coming. There's the divorce. They know it's coming. They know it's coming. This pumpkin patch thing did not do anything to calm anybody's nerves here. It was very stressful for the children, the whole premise. The fact that they were disappointed. They were told it was something else. And then they find out they have to work for mommy. Right? Otherwise, why would the kids not say, where are all the other kids? Where are all the other people? Like, at what point is that weird for a child that there's no other people? Unless that's their day to day, there are never any other children. Or unless that's they're hired and they go, okay, I'm an actor. Here I am, I'm acting. Okay, what do you want me to do? Oh, this is boring. Can I go home? Like, as kids don't understand. I don't see exchange of money here, so I'm not thinking they're actors. But look at the justice in reverse, justice in reverse. There's big separation going on. Do not let anybody fool you. Holding hands or showing up at events. And the card said that. Harry will do that. He'll cooperate, but they aren't living together. They don't have a home together. But the kids were very, very happy to see mom and dad together. That was the best part. And sadly, it probably gave them some hope. The devil. The devil. Now, if that Fool card was in reverse, I would say we are being fooled, but it's upright. So I think the children were being fooled in some regards. All right. Well, I've got a great story for you. Did you see that story about Megan begging Dior, begging Dior, begging Dior? And Dior said, no, thank you, no, thank you. So she just showed up anyways. Can you imagine the gall? She showed up anyways and said, I have an appointment for a fitting. And they said, no, you don't. And she goes, yes, I do. And you must be misunderstood. And they go, no, you do not. I guess, so she wanted to talk to, I don't know, the director or somebody there. And the director came down and said, I'm sorry, you do not have an appointment here. And in not so many words, never darken my door again. And then Megan had to scrap. She was sure Dior would take her on. Wait till you see what we read in the next reading about that. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you over there. It's a great story. Take good care. Fare thee well.